The time is 10:47. The best photograph I've ever seen posted on our Facebook page is right there now for you to have a look at. It is a man clasping his hands, looking straight at the camera lens, and he's in some sort of workshop. There's a saw and some paint pots and various things behind him. He has the most terrifically characterful face. It's part of an exhibition illustrating a year in the life of Whitstable through the eyes of the residents, which is just open to the public. Local people have contributed their photographs. They had to have taken the photograph during 2013. 365 images were displayed at Whitstable Museum and Gallery, so there's one for each day of the year. The scheme is called Project 365, and it aims to illustrate different views, styles and feelings of Whitstable through images featuring people, events and places. Now, we heard yesterday from one of the photographers who is so excited to have been a part of it and feels this is a really great thing for her town. Throughout this week, we will hear the stories behind some of those other pictures. And this morning, the photographer is Nick Cordes. Nick, great to have you with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Julia.
Who is the photograph of that we've now got on our Facebook page?
It's of my father. It was a portrait I set out to capture the work ethic and dignity of him, really, from the early memories of him working long hours as an electrician on power stations in the 1970s. He never really retired, so to capture him in his workshop at home seemed the most obvious place to stage the shot. And at 83, he's still working projects around the house, and someone that I respect and love very much.
He's 83 years old?
Yes.
He's a handsome man.
He is, definitely.
He's got a beautiful face, amazing head of hair still as well.
Yes, yeah, well, he always said we were too small to grow out of our hair.
So this is his workshop in Whitstable, is it?
That's right, yeah, which we share at his home. The house I was born in, they still live there. My parents, Margaret, his wife too, and his name's Wally Cordes. Yeah.
When you look at that photograph, what does it mean to you?
I mean, it's the world. He's the hero. You know, he went out and he set out and sort of, you know, went out to work long hours to sort of look after the family, and that's what I tried to capture. All those hours, working Sundays, long hours, you know, during the week. And to me, it's captured in his face, and because, you know, he trusted me to take the picture of him. He realises he's 83, and he was a handsome man when he was in his 20s and 30s and 40s, and he trusted me to take the picture. So I think there's a love and a bond there between the pair of us there.
What does he think of the picture?
I think originally he had slight reservations, but I think perhaps listening to this, he'll understand where I was coming from.
Yes, it's a lovely, lovely tribute to your dad, a man who you clearly think the world of. How did you feel that it's part of the exhibition?
Well, I think it fitted in well. I mean, he came down here. He was originally from Essex, and during the war they were bombed out, and they went to Glastonbury as children, and then they moved here from to Whitstable in the 40s. So I think he's grown up as a boy from the 40s in this town, and so I think he's very much part of the town.
Yeah. Well, what does he think of modern Whitstable? Do you know?
I think he's all for change. You know, it's as we, it can get a bit. Weekends can get a bit too much, but I think he loves being out there and talking to people. That's his one thing. He loves conversation, and whoever it is, really.
You sound quite emotional talking about him.
Well, I am. You know, he means the world to me.
Yeah, I can hear that. I understand that. Are you a professional photographer?
No, my day job's a painter and decorator, but I freelance as photography. In photography, I work on different things, from Glastonbury Festival, for example, which I've just come back from, to all sorts of things. So to sort of, to go down the road of the 365, it helped me put my ideas into practice, which is something that I can't thank Natalie and Emma at the Project 365 enough for.
How was your Glastonbury?
Yeah, it was muddy, but as long as you got good waterproofs, and I prefer a stout walking boot to wellies.
Yeah.
You get about. That's all right. I've got a stand-up tent, so no more of that lying down, putting your jeans on in the morning.
These things matter at Glastonbury, clearly.
Absolutely.
The burning question, of course, of Glastonbury this year is: was Dolly Parton singing, or was Dolly Parton miming?
Well, I couldn't tell from where I had the earplugs in, but I don't know. She was certainly good value, that's for sure.
Yeah, perhaps that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Tell me about the other photographs. Is there anything else that you've seen in the exhibition that you really love?
Well, I love George's work and Sue's work. There's a group of us that have splintered off and met through the project, and Whitstable Town Bananas. I don't know if Sue mentioned it yesterday.
Yes, you did. Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of photographers. Some who literally just picked up the camera for the first time. Others like me who've done a bit more. And Sue, I mean, George's, I would have to say, the most brilliant technical shots of it. I've seen of someone I know, George Fisk, that is. There's a myriad of sort of different images that I've yet to see it actually because of Glastonbury.
Oh, have you?
I know I've seen a lot of the pictures online.
Yeah.
But, it's only open. I think it's Thursday to Sunday.
What sort of scale are we talking about? What size is that? Is that picture of your dad the actual print that we can see in the exhibition? Do you know?
I think I printed it up about 20 by 16, something like that originally. Yeah.
I'd love to see the actual photograph. It looks wonderful on our Facebook site, and I would encourage anyone to go and have a look and post a message because it's up there right now, right at the top. You have to look at BBC Radio Kent Official on Facebook, and you'll find a photograph of Wally Cordes, who at 83, you can tell him from me, still a dashing fella. Really nice to talk to you, Nick. Thanks for your time this morning. Nick Cordes, who's one of the photographers whose work is being shown in Project 365, showing views, styles, feelings of Whitstable through images of people, events and places. We'll hear more from other photographers in the project throughout the week. But if you do want to have a look at Wally, it's such a lovely photograph. I can't take my eyes off it. Go to Facebook and look up BBC Radio Kent Official.